Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I am very excited to be here.
We are very excited that you are there.
For starters, I'd just like to say that Darryl's work and his partnership with you has created lots of expansion in my life.
We are happy to be a permission slip for any and all of you.
Thank you. Recently, I got in touch with a core belief that has created a domino effect in my life.
Dominoes are fun.
Well,
what is this core belief you have discovered?
The core belief is I choose safety to stay out of harm's way.
Because you believe that there is such a thing as harm's way.
Yes.
Do you understand that not being yourself is the most harmful thing you can do?
Yes.
Well then, you are in harm's way if you're not being yourself.
Yes.
So, if you don't want to be in harm's way, be yourself. Follow your excitement.
Correct.
That's the safest thing you can actually do.
Yes.
So
I've been holding on to that belief unconsciously in some sense for over 31 years of my life.
That's all right, but now it's conscious, yes?
Yes.
So is it gone? Or does it still make sense to you to hold on to it?
It doesn't make sense in the sense that I'm going to explain it, and maybe you can clarify.
All right.
My family has become almost absent because of this belief.
Yes, you mean they have removed themselves from your life physically?
Yes.
All right, and so what?
I'm not sure how to process how I'm supposed to respond to that.
With unconditional love, allowing them to choose what they prefer while they, in a sense, let you be who you are by moving away.
I love them. And
unconditionally, though.
Yeah, I just miss them.
But you are connected. And in fact, if you are not experiencing them in their truest form, you're not missing them, you're missing who they think they need to be. Do you understand?
No.
If they are not vibrationally compatible with you, and they move away because of that vibrational incompatibility, it's not the real them you're missing.
I see.
Because they're not being who they really are anyway with you in the relationship.
It's sad.
Why is that sad?
Well, because I've had an amazing experience up until I've brought light to that belief.
And you can have more amazing experiences, they just may look different. Yeah. And who knows what they will decide to do in the future.
Correct.
But unless you are willing to keep being yourself and showing them who you actually are, you're not giving them an opportunity to decide whether or not to change themselves to become more vibrationally compatible with you.
Correct.
Well, therefore, why would you prolong their ability to make that option by not going into the state that you really prefer to be in? Why would you do that to them?
I think it's when I begin to miss them. I feel like...
But what you're saying is you're missing yourself. You're missing your true self.
Yes, and that is really what this is coming down to.
Is?
The bigger part is, long story short, when I was a kid,
yes.
I would...
It sounds like a long story.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
When I was an embryo, and then the next day...
This is the best day ever. So I chose safety to stay out of harm's way. When I was a kid, I didn't know anything about being straight or being gay.
Yes.
I just went towards the path of least resistance.
Yes.
Where people didn't want to beat me up because of how I looked or how I dressed.
I understand, but who cares what they think?
Right. No longer do I.
All right, then.
But now...
just because it has become your family, that makes a difference?
Say that again?
Just because now the people are your family, does that make a difference?
What people?
You have said that at a certain point, you didn't care what other people thought. But you're saying that because it's your family that's thinking that way, that makes a difference for you?
No, it does not.
All right.
It's just, I
Yes.
met someone very special to me
Yes.
during a time where I used to be that me, where I thought that I was gay.
And?
And now this me today
Yes.
doesn't really see myself as gay or straight.
Are you saying you're bisexual?
I don't know. I
Oh,
just
all right.
know that
It's all right to not know.
I just know that I love this person a lot.
All right. And what does this person feel about that? Or do they know?
They do know. Yeah, they're here today.
And what's their response to that?
Very allowing, patient, and understanding.
All right. Well, it doesn't really sound like you're describing any kind of a negative issue.
Right. Yeah.
So
It's just
why are we having this conversation?
clarity.
Clarity about something that you seem to be clear about.
Right.
Well, then,
So,
yes. Is there something hidden in here that's not coming to the surface?
well, that was, you know what?
What?
What triggered this?
Yes.
What triggered that belief? And what triggered that belief was something that had happened to my partner that is surrounded by a lot of fear in our society.
Yes.
And it made me think, it triggered the thought of, wow, I better be me now,
All right. So you used
because
it
it
in a
was
positive
almost
way.
taken away from me.
You used it in a positive way?
Yes.
All right. And so, again, you're doing what you need to do for yourself in the proper way, yes? Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, I think so. I think
You
so.
think so?
Yeah.
Do you know so?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I do.
Well, then, nice chatting with you.
Yeah. I'm just going to move on from that and ask two more questions. They're short, small ones.
Maybe.
Okay.
When I was a sparkle in my father's eye.
So around July
Yes.
2012,
Yes.
around 11 p.m.,
Yes.
I was outside and I had an experience, I had an encounter with a craft up in the sky.
And so,
And I was wondering if you can give me any information on that.
I will give you information on that if you will give me information in return.
Okay, I promise.
I will ask my question first and then answer yours if you can answer mine.
Okay.
There is an airport several miles from here. There is a plane taking off now with several people on board. Where's it going? Who's on board?
Could be anywhere, going anywhere.
Where is it going? Where's that plane that's taking off right now going, and who's on board? Can you answer these questions?
It's going to another airport.
Specific.
I don't know.
So what makes you think I know every being in every craft that's flying around your planet?
Well, I've observed you for a long time, and you seem to have been able to answer for others.
Sometimes.
So I just thought maybe you could answer it for me.
Right now, what we can say is, what did you experience by having that encounter?
The first information I got was there's no need to fear.
All right. Then keep it that simple in every facet of your life. That's what you need to take away from that encounter and apply in every circumstance in your life. And that's what the encounter was for.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes, it does.
All right.
And the last question is, I was in the second grade. I was invited into my...
Well, at least we've moved a little farther along in your life.
I was invited into my friend's house, and I began to smell a very sweet bubblegum-like fragrance, and I followed it curiously, and I felt this this wave go through me, and I remember falling to the floor.
Yes.
And getting up and just sort of not understanding, and I actually didn't even tell my friend that I was leaving. I just ran home.
All right.
in disbelief.
All right.
I was wondering if you can give some insight
Thank
on
you
that.
for those two questions. And in a sense, the answer to both questions is the same,
Okay,
which is why you needed to ask both of them first.
gotcha.
And the answer to the question of what you call the craft and the answer to the question of the energy you felt is both were your future self.
Gotcha. Shivai.
Shivai.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
Good day to you as well. So let's see. In doing the work of getting down to your core beliefs and getting rid of any sort of negative experiences that
Letting go rather than getting rid
letting go.
of, because they'll always be there. It's just a matter of choosing what you prefer.
Yes, well, what has happened is part of that is experiences from other lifetimes come in.
Nope.
Okay, so perhaps you could explain.
Any connection of information that may be coming from another life is being made now from the present. There's no such thing as past lives and future lives.
Understood. It's all simultaneous.
Therefore, at any given moment, you are making the connections that you need for the information you need to assist you in what you're doing in this life. But this is a dynamically changing thing.
Yes.
It's not a static thing.
Yes, this is the question, right? Because I can experience how some of them ended, which is a weird thing about time, right?
All right.
Can you influence it to change that result?
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Since everything already exists simultaneously,
Yes.
yes, you follow so far?
Yes.
There is obviously a version of that where the life ends. There is a version of that where the life doesn't end there. So when you say, can you influence it? No, you can't change the life that ends, but you can shift the focus of your experience to one that didn't.
And therefore, the experience now would be of the one that turned out better, let's say.
Yes. But that's how it works. You're not changing anything of the structure.
Yes.
You're changing your perspective of the structure and getting a different experience.
So what makes this the primary experience now?
You mean this one right
Yes.
now? You mean this one right now? You
Or
mean
that
this
one,
one right
or
now?
that one,
You mean
or
this
that
one
one.
right now? You mean this
Correct.
one right now? It's not the same experience. You're changing billions of times per second.
Understood, but this is my primary experience now. Everything else is acted out is like a memory. I mean, it's no difference.
This is this you. This is this perspective. That's what makes this.
Okay. Yeah, if you just expand it,
Yes.
just do a little bit, it's all happening at the same time anyway, so...
You are this you. You are
Yes,
this
yes,
perspective
course.
of all
Yes,
that is.
Yes.
Does that help?
Yeah. Of course I knew the answer.
Yes.
All right, one other question. One of these lives had to do with what we call the Orion Wars. Is that related or no?
Say that more clearly.
This lifetime that I've experienced seems to have something to do with what they call the Orion Wars.
The ancient Orion experience.
Yes.
And what about it?
Is that true? Is that the right connection, or is it something else?
You have that connection, yes.
Yes.
So you can use it in whatever way you wish to.
Yes.
Does that help?
Yeah.
All right.
But is it important, or am I focusing on something that just doesn't need to be there?
Well, are you using it in the most positive way you can?
Well, that's the thing. It didn't. I guess it ended badly, so I guess it's something that needs to be dealt with. Yeah.
Define badly, because that's a value judgment.
It seemed to affect others in a negative way as well.
All right. And now you can use that information in a positive way in your life. How?
Well,
You can be as simple as saying, well, I won't do that.
yeah, I don't do that again, but
Well, then if there's nothing else for you to extract from it, then you don't need to keep focusing on it. If there is something else there of value, then you will keep the connection until it doesn't serve you anymore, and then you'll change it. Do you trust the way your life unfolds?
sure.
Then there you go.
Understood.
Let it go to synchronicity and the organizing principle of timing, and when that connection no longer supplies you with relevant information, it will just stop. You won't think of it anymore, most likely.
Well, strangers have come up to me and told me about this in a way that has affected them. So I guess that's just
All right.
me making
But that
this
gives
happen.
you an opportunity to do what in response? If you're using them as a mirror
Yeah.
to put your attention to that,
Okay.
how can you use that in a positive way in your response? Maybe it can help you, maybe it can help them.
All right.
So what kind of a response would you prefer to have when people bring that up?
Tell them I'll change it.
Why? Is that all you want to say to them?
Understood.
What else would you like to say? Can you give an example of what they may say to you?
Well, I don't want to get into details, really.
Just one specific example, keep it short. You're saying someone notices, feels, senses you have an Orion connection. Is that what you're saying in general?
Yeah, and that.
And what do they think that means?
Well, the effect is, you didn't come back. You didn't show up. We didn't make this connection that we were supposed to make. What happened? Where'd you go?
You mean in that life?
No, they're saying it here, but it's related to then.
Are you saying that you made a commitment and didn't keep it?
Something like that. But
Then why did you make the commitment? If
Well,
you knew that you would have difficulty keeping it? Did you not originally want to make that commitment?
oh, I imagine so. Yeah.
Yes, no?
Sure. Yes.
Are you sure?
Well, this is the question, right? So I guess.
Well, then maybe you're just not clear about what really excites you and what doesn't. Maybe you need more clarity about that so that the things that excite you are obviously things that are automatically a commitment because they excite you. And the things that aren't, there is no commitment because it's not who you are. Maybe you need more clarity about what is and isn't you.
Very good.
And therefore the Orion connection can serve you that way.
Very good. Thank
All
you.
right?
Yep.
Thank you.